up guys, and welcome back to Software Knowledge Solutions, and today we're talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and its latest updates. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reloaded version of Modern Warfare 2, and it's got released today, and a lot of people are still struggling with like FPS and just in general with their machines to get a smooth gameplay experience. Now, as you can see, I'm in the game right now, and I have been doing some tweaks in my game just to see what will be the best for Modern Warfare 2. It doesn't matter what mode you play, if you are playing ranked, if you are playing like, just normal search and destroy, or whatever the case might be. Whatever game mode you are playing right now, this will be the best settings you can use right now depending on your machine. Okay, so I'm going to go over the highest end machines first, and I'm going to go all the way to the lowest end machines. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to go over every single upscaling and whatever you should be changing right now depending on the machine that you're running. So it can be a high end, mid tier to low tier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the high end gaming machines to the mid tier to the low tier machines and go step by step. Now, number one, I highly recommend if you are running a high end machine with a really good graphics card and a really good CPU and really good RAM, I highly recommend that you use this upscaling over here, which is the Intel version. You're going to go to show more and you're going to put this on ultra quality. You're going to scroll down to where you see it says video memory scale and have this at 90% so it can use all the VRAM usage that you can use with your GPU you're currently running. You're going to come down to where it says texture resolution, have this at normal, texture filter anisotropic at high, nearby level of detail at high, and then also distant level of detail at high. I highly recommend you go ahead and change these things to this if you have a high-end machine. From here, we're going to move on to the medium-end machines. Okay, now with medium-end machines, there are two things you can be using, and I'm just going to show you what you can be using with medium-end machines. Now, Nvidia DLSS, a lot of people do use this, but a lot of people also don't recommend it at all with Modern Warfare 2 because you actually do get blur on the left and right hand side of your screen, and a lot of people don't really like that. Now, something I want to explain is if you are using Nvidia DLSS, I highly recommend that you go with quality. If your game still looks like absolute dog shit on the left and right hand side while you are moving, because it basically blurs out your screen on the left and right hand side, I highly recommend that you don't use Nvidia DLSS. Unless you really want to and you see maybe a performance increase when you use Nvidia DLSS, I highly recommend if you are using Nvidia DLSS, go with quality or balance. Do not use performance, do not use ultra performance. Go with balance or quality. Your sharpness is your own personal preference. I can't tell you what to do here. You are still going to use this at 90%, and you're still going to use this at normal, high, high, and high. Okay, now for still medium end machines, I highly recommend that you use Nvidia image scaling. It's also a very good upscaling. I highly recommend you go ahead and use this. You can use this for the best performing gameplay and also FPS. I mean, your FPS looks good, your game looks good, everything feels really good with this upscaling. So you're going to go with Nvidia image scaling, you're going to go with ultra quality. If you see your machine is struggling and you're doing less FPS than usual, then I would recommend bumping this down to quality and not ultra quality. You can also bump it up, and it will actually increase your FPS by having it at native, because what native does is it will run your game at its resolution of your monitor. So let's say 720p, 1080p, 1440p, or 2K or 4K, it will run it at that resolution of your monitor if you click on native. Now for me, when I use this upscaling, I actually go with ultra quality and it makes the game look really good, and also I do a lot of FPS. Not a lot, but I do a decent enough of FPS to be able to play the game consistently, basically fine. Now from here, I highly recommend that you play around with the Nvidia image scaling sharpness. I have mine at 10 and it's my sweet spot. Most likely most of you are going to be on 10, but it's your own personal preference over here. Now this one over here, I highly recommend you use Filmic SMA 2 times. What it's going to do is it's going to remove jagged edges in the game, like walls and stuff like that, and also things on your gun, your character, everything that renders into the game. It's not going to have jagged edges. So I highly recommend you go with Filmic SMA 2 times, because if you go with SMA 2 times, not Filmic, you are actually going to get jagged edges inside your game. From here, you're going to go to normal over here. You do not need this to be at high. You do not need this to be at ultra. You can play around with them. Literally, you can play around with it. Like, especially this, you can play around with it. No one has the exact same machine, so I can't give you the exact settings. Everyone that's watching my video has different machines. I can't give you the exact settings, so you're going to have to play around with these things. You're really going to need to. Okay, so I do recommend normal. And then I do recommend 90%. If you aren't satisfied with this settings over here, the Nvidia image scaling, ultra quality, 10% with the sharpness, filmic SMA 2 times, normal, and 90% on the VRAM scale, I would recommend clicking on this and then actually typing in 75 and then press enter. Now from here, you are obviously going to still keep this at normal, high, high, and high. That's what you're going to keep it at if you're running a mid-tier machine. Now, for the people out there that's running lower-end machines, yes, I know people are struggling with high-end machines. So the people out there that's running lower-end machines is struggling even more. And I know this for a fact. Now, for the people out there that's struggling really bad, I highly recommend you come over here and you go with AMD FSR 1.0, and you're going to come over here where it says AMD FSR preset. You're going to select this and go to quality. You can also go with balance. I just do not recommend performance because the game looks like absolute dog water and you're not going to like it. Trust me, your game's going to look like dog shit. So I would recommend ultra quality or quality, especially with this reloaded update. Please go with ultra quality or quality. You can even go balance to see if you can actually balance out your performance and how the game looks. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and play around with these. I do recommend the AMD FSR 1.0. I do not recommend the AMD FSR 2.1 because you can't change these things. So I would recommend you go with 1.0, filmic SMA 2 times. Now, if you are running a very low-end machine and you don't care about the quality of the game, you just want a smooth gameplay experience, the game still looks okay, and you want that good FPS, good smooth gameplay without stuttering, or it feels like your game's stuttering, but meanwhile it's the game being unoptimized. Yes, fuck you Activision, your game is completely unoptimized and we all know it. Anyways, what you can do is you can go with AMD FSR 1.0, you go over here, go with balance, go over here, go with SMA 2 times, go over here and have this at normal. You do not need to have this at low, have this at normal. Come over here. Yes, I know I said that I recommend 75 and upwards, but what you can do also here is you could put this at 65 and press enter. Leave it like that. You should be good to go. Then scroll down, come to normal, go to low. There's no visual difference between normal and low. People just take advantage of the normal version with higher end machines because it actually gives you a slight bit of visual quality that's a little bit better. It's a slight bit, not much, a slight bit. Okay, so obviously people with better machines are going to take advantage of that. But if you're struggling with this game and you're losing FPS, go with low over here. Your game will still look like that. It won't look like this. Don't worry, you are not gonna be having a game looking like this. It will still look like that with low over here. But what I do recommend is if you're running a low-end machine and you have all of these options selected, keep these 3 on high. I highly recommend it because if you start putting it to low, the game starts looking really bad, like seriously fucking bad, and you don't want that. From here, I recommend this upscaling. Fidelity FX Cache can be upscaled for any machine. You could be running a low-end machine, medium-end machine to a high-end machine and still use Fidelity FX Cache. I know a lot of people that's using this upscaling with really high-end machines, okay? I have my strength at 60%. It's going to be your own personal preference over here. And then go with filmic SMA 2 times, anti-analyzing quality at normal. You're going to go to the video memory scale, put this at 65 if you have a lower-end machine, but medium to high end, you're going to push this up all the way to 90%. You're going to come here, medium to high end, you're going to go to normal, high, high, and high. I highly recommend that you use Fidelity FX Cache if nothing is the way it should be in the game for you. Go ahead and use Fidelity FX Cache. A lot of people are still using it today still. Now, something I just want to point out is this upscaling over here, I can't tell you what to put your game on. I can try and give you the information, what you should be trying with your type of machine, but I can't tell you exactly what to use. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, something I just want to point out is this, and I want to just point this out because a lot of people get this confused. If you're going to leave a comment saying, yo dude, what is the best settings for my machine? If everyone's going to do that, I have to physically go over your comment and reply back to you and be like, use this, use this, use this, use this. It's not going to work. Every single person has a different type of machine out there. So, all you're going to need to do is follow what I'm saying. From high end to mid tier to low tier. You will know what type of machine you have. Test them out. You are going to need to test them out. I'm not saying click here and then apply the settings and then boom, everything's going to be fine for you. If it doesn't work, try a different upscaling because That's just how it goes. This game is unoptimized. Unfortunately, it's unoptimized. Activision's on crack, and I don't know where they get their crack from, but yeah, literally, this game's fucked. Just in general, it's a fucked game, and you're gonna need to play around with a lot of settings inside this game to make your game run perfectly fine. So, go with my guidelines. I can promise you that you will be good to go with the settings that I'm currently showing you. Okay, from here, we're gonna scroll down. Clutter draw distance, short. Particle quality, low. Particle quality level, very low. Bullet impacts, on. Damage layers, off. You do not need this. Shader quality, low. Do not need this at all. It's the FPS hogger, and you don't need to use this. So put this at low. You can literally just copy my settings as I'm scrolling down. Tessellation, off, off, always off. Don't need this. Literally, I don't even know why this is an option. From here, on-demand texture streaming, off. I don't use it. You shouldn't be using it. No one should be using it. Turn it the fuck off. If it's on, turn it the fuck off. Streaming quality, low. Volumetric quality, low. Physics quality, off. You do not need to see the physics in this fucking game. Water quality. This is a big thing inside this game, and I'm just going to go over it. Water caustics, water wetness, water caustics, and wave wetness. I mean, what the fuck is wave wetness? Like, how wet can water be? I don't understand this, and I'll keep going over this option until they fucking remove it, to be honest. Because why is this a fucking option in here? From here, the shadow and lighting plays a very big role in this game, and it eats a lot of FPS for no reason if you're gonna start putting these things up for no fucking reason. You don't need it in this game at all. There's no visual difference. I mean, this game's unoptimized, so you don't need these things. So shadow map resolution, very low. Screen space shadows, off. Spot shadow quality at low. Spot cache, high. Right now for reloaded. Listen, high, okay? Doesn't matter what machine you are running. Low end, medium end, high end, doesn't matter. National machine, I don't give a fuck. High, do not put this at ultra, do not put this at medium, do not put this at low. High right now with a spot cache. Particle lighting at low. Ambient occlusion, off, off, always off. You do not need any of these because for the love of fuck, you don't. Okay? Over here, screen space reflections, off. Static reflection quality, low. Weather grid volumes. I don't know why this is an option. I honestly don't give a fuck. I don't know. I know I get upset. A lot of people ask me, why do I get upset? The reason is because I've been playing COD since I was like 9 years old. I started playing Call of Duty when Call of Duty launched. Okay? Back in the day, maybe you are much younger than me, and you've never played all the CODs before. So, for me, these fucking options that's inside this game right now doesn't make sense to me because you don't need it in a multiplayer fucking game. You don't need it. It's not a single player game. I would understand if it's a single player game and I'm doing an optimization guide for you guys for single player, or like the story mode. Yes, then I would put all of these things on fucking like ultra, for the love of fuck. But weather grid volumes, why is this an option? Yes, I'm gonna keep ranting about it because it shouldn't be in this game. They should remove it. It should be removed. Anyways, you're gonna keep this off. It's an FPS hogger if you start changing it. So keep it off. You're gonna scroll down. Nvidia Reflex Low Latency. Okay. On the right hand side, it literally spoon feeds you and tells you what it does. So, I would recommend On Plus Boost is the best that you can use right now at this very moment for every season, to be honest with you. Season 1, 2, 3, 4, Reloaded where we are now. Still on Plus Boost. Depth of field off. World motion blur off. Weapon motion blur off. Film grain is your own personal preference. After you've changed your settings to this, and you see, okay, cool, this is going to work perfectly for my machine, let's try it out. You are going to apply these settings. Now, you're going to press apply, then you're going to come to the view option. The view is your own personal preference over here. It is multiplayer, so it's your own personal preference over here. I can't tell you what to do here. I can't tell you what to do. But this is my best settings for the view in the game. Now, something I'm going to go over is this over here, which plays a very big role inside your game as well. We're going to go to interface. We're going to go to color customization. Now, this over here where it says color filtering, I highly recommend that you go ahead and click on filter 2. You're going to click on both, 100%, 100%, and have this at custom because as soon as you start changing things inside here, that's going to change to custom. So number 1 is your team. Please, for the love of fuck, go change it to a color that you can actually see. Because in ranked play, you can actually kill your teammates with grenades. You can kill them with your bullets. Just in general, you can kill your teammates in ranked play with multiplayer. So for the love of fuck, go choose a color that is going to be something you're going to see with your eye very easily. Okay? So go choose a color. That's my color I'm using right now for multiplayer. And then my enemies are pink. So I know that my enemies are pink. So if I see a little pink thing come up, I'm like, cool, fucking shoot that thing. You know? And if it's baby blue, fuck, don't shoot, that's my teammate. So I highly recommend you go ahead and do this. Then, something I would recommend you go ahead and do, if you don't use MSI Afterburner like me, go ahead and turn this to all on, so you can see everything at this very moment. Your FPS, your packet loss, your GPU's temperature, your GPU's timing, your GPU's clock, your VRAM usage, your CPU's timing, and the actual time that I'm recording this video right now. Go ahead and turn them all on, so you can actually see it. I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. From here, you can always scroll down and come to gameplay tips. You can have this on and all that bullshit. Skip introduction movie. I highly recommend you turn this on, because then your game won't take so long to load in. You do not want to see the whole Rocat anti-cheat bullshit, and you don't want to see the intro. Turn this on so it can skip the fucking video. I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. Have everything the same like mine over here. Everything the same. Just all of it. Everything the same here. And I highly recommend you go ahead and do this, and you should be good to go. Alright, now, the most important step you're going to need to do after applying all of these settings is this over here. Jump to this. You're going to come over here where it says Restart Shader Optimization. You're going to click on the Restart button. I'm not going to do this right now because I already have my settings that I'm currently using. That's the best for my machine. You're going to click on the Restart button. Now, before you launch your game, again, and it starts showing you here at the top that shaders are being optimized and installed and all that bullshit, we're going to go with Windows settings. I'm going to show you now Nvidia control panel settings and settings you should be using in your Windows machine to make this game run even better, because you're going to need to do that as well, not just the in-game settings. Alright, let's jump straight into that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump straight through the Windows settings inside your Windows that I highly recommend you go ahead and change. Now, as you can see, I have no background moving picture. In all my videos that I record, I have a background moving picture. Okay, that is called Wallpaper Engine on Steam. Now, currently I have it off. The reason why I have it off, and I suggest you do the same, is don't run Wallpaper Engine while you are playing your game. Don't do that. You're going to use VRAM usage of your GPU in the background because it's running a background image that's moving for no reason while you are playing your game. Okay, you only have it on for when you're not gaming. Okay, so the first thing I highly recommend you go ahead and do is this over here. You're going to go to Start, you're going to go to Settings, and you're going to come over here where it says Gaming. You're going to go to Game Mode, and I highly recommend that you have Game Mode on right now for Reloaded. Have it on. Before Reloaded came out, it was also on. I highly recommend you go ahead and leave this on over here. You're going to go to Graphics Settings, and you're going to come inside here. Hardware Accelerated GPU Scheduling. Turn this off. You do not need it to be on. Now, if you have that on and you turn it off, it's going to ask you to restart your machine. You can do that later once you're done with my video. But I highly recommend you go ahead and turn this off. If it's already off, don't worry about it. Then just leave it off. From here, you're going to click on the Home button. You're going to click on Privacy. Scroll all the way down to where you see it says Background Apps. Now, for Windows 10 users, it's very easy to do. All you're going to do is this. You're going to turn it from on to off. So all of this bullshit in the background, don't use resources like your RAM, your CPU, and your VRAM usage. You don't want it to do that. Okay? Turn it off. If you're a Windows 11 user, you're going to have to individually turn one by one off and disable them. Now, I'm not going to dedicate myself to showing you how to do that. Go Google yourself how to do that. I mean, I'm not running Windows 11. You are the one that installed Windows 11, not me. Okay? Windows 11 is fucked. Okay, it's literally a fucked Windows. So I'm not going to like show you or spoon feed you even more than what I'm already doing. Okay, I'm blunt, straightforward, and that's how it is. So if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Honestly, literally go fuck yourself. If you want to listen to me and hear me out, go Google how to disable the background apps for Windows 11 if you are running Windows 11. Thank you. From here, you're going to click on the Home button. Now, something I want to just point out is this, and a lot of people say that this doesn't work. For me, it does. Especially if you're running a low-end machine to a medium-end machine. I highly recommend you go ahead and do this, right? I do this with a high-end machine as well. So, go ahead and go to Personalization and come here to where it says Colors. You're going to change this from Light. Okay, so I don't want to click on this because my screen's literally going to become white. Okay, and it's going to be a flashbang warning. So, go to Dark. Transparency Effect, turn it off. Scroll down and choose a dark color here at the bottom. Now, a lot of people say that this has no performance impact on your machine. Actually, it does. Especially if your machine is struggling, it's fuck off with Call of Duty. Go ahead and change it to these things over here. I highly recommend you go ahead and do that. Then this is a very, very important step. You're going to come here where it says the search button, right? You're going to type in msconfig, just like this, and press enter. this is going to come up on your screen after you type that in. This is going to come up on your screen, and this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to click on normal boot, right? So normal startup. Load all devices, drivers, and servers. You're going to click on that. I highly recommend you go ahead and do that. From here, you're going to go to startup and say open task manager. You're going to come inside here. Every single thing inside here that you do not need, you are going to disable. So this, I do not need this. I disable it, right? Steel Series, okay, I do use this for my mouse and my headset and my keyboard, so I actually have this app enabled. Steam, disable it, okay? You are going to open up Steam yourself by actually clicking on it or searching for it, but disable it on startup. It makes your machine slower. Trust me, it makes your machine slower. Cortana, all the bullshit you do not need, disable them. Now, the next step I highly recommend you go ahead and do is this over here. You're going to press the Windows key in R, and you're going to come here. You're going to type in prefetch just like that. You're going to press enter, and you're going to say continue. You're going to open this up, click on anything inside here, Control and A, and then press delete on your keyboard. And you're going to say do this on all current items, and say skip. Now, currently, these two can't be deleted. The reason why they can't be deleted is because Windows is currently using that file. Now, as I'm talking and using OBS and the programs that's running in the background of my machine, it's going to start making files here because it's going to make dump files that's being used, okay? I highly recommend you go ahead and do this every day, if you can. If you forget, try and do it every time I do a video. Try and do that. Then just come and do this, okay? Next one is going to be Windows key and R again. This time you're going to type in temp, just like this, and press enter. You're going to click on anything inside here, Control and A to highlight everything inside there, press the delete key on your keyboard, and say do this for all current items, and say continue. Say do this for all current items, and say skip, because Windows is currently using that file, so you can't delete it. You're going to close out of this. Windows key and R one more time, and this time you're going to put a percentage symbol in front of it, go all the way to the T, and put a percentage symbol in front of it, and press enter. You're going to click on anything inside here, Activision, you go fuck yourself. Press Control and A, and press delete, and then go to continue, and delete everything inside here. As you can see, it cleaned it all out. You might have one file there that's going to say it can't be deleted. Don't worry, it's just a file that Windows is currently using, maybe because you have an app open or something's open in your Windows right now that's in your temp that is currently running that you can't delete. So don't worry about that if you can't delete it. Right? Once you're done with that, you're going to close out of this, and then I highly recommend you jump through this over here. You're going to open up the search button again, type in CMD, and press enter. You're going to come here. You're going to type in SFC spacebar / scan now, and you're going to press enter. Now, what this is going to do is, and no, yes, I know there's a guy literally copying everything I'm doing. I don't know why this dude is trying to be like me. I really don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's his problem. If he wants to be like me, that's good. I feel that I'm influencing people to do stuff like this, to help the community. But yeah, like stealing my shit's kind of shit, to be honest. Like literally, you are really a low life fucking cunt, stealing my videos and literally just using your own voice over my videos and doing everything I do. And I'm just going to correct the guy that actually made this part here of my video. In fact, every single thing that I'm going to show you right now, he covers. Anyways, so this over here does not fix your game's files. It's not going to fix it for you. That's not what it does. What this does is if you have corrupt files in your Windows files, your System32, if you have any corrupt files inside there, it can actually interfere with your game files. That's what it can do. This can't fix your game files. So, literally, I said that in my previous videos, that it can fix your game files. So he just repeated me. So, I'm going to basically correct myself. So, let's see if he uploads a video again and says that this is not fixing the game files for you. It actually fixes Windows files. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here. So, you're going to press enter here. And then what it's going to do is it's going to scan your Windows files and every file on your machine that might be corrupted. And it will automatically fix it for you. And no, he said it's going to restart your machine. No, it doesn't. It doesn't restart your machine for you. It doesn't automatically do it for you. You have to physically do it manually by clicking on the start fucking button, clicking power, and then say restart or shut down. But anyways, yeah, he's stealing my video, so obviously he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So, once you are done with this, and it's scanned your files, and it shows it has fixed corrupt files, go ahead and restart your machine. It's very important. But you can go out of this and follow everything I'm going to show you right now, and then go ahead and restart your machine and see what's going to happen with all your games, not just Modern Warfare 2. Right, close out of this. Now, something I highly recommend you go ahead and do is, if you are an Nvidia user like me, just right click on your desktop and open up Nvidia control panel. You're going to open up Nvidia control panel like this if you are an Nvidia user like me, and you're going to come to adjust image settings with preview, and you're going to have this one over here where it says use the advanced 3D image settings, and click on take me there. Basically, it's just going to take you to manage 3D settings. Now, okay, now in all my videos, like most of them, okay, I explain every single thing inside here and why they are on these things, okay? Now, I'm not going to explain it again because it literally becomes annoyance to explain every fucking video what all of these things do. I've already explained it, so if you want to go see what they do and why I have these things like this, go watch one of my previous videos, okay? I'm not going to do it with all my videos because it makes my videos too long. Lots of people don't like too long videos. Neither do I. I'm not going to watch a tutorial that's fucking 50 minutes to an hour long. I'm not going to fucking do that. I'm going to skip through that video. So I'm trying to make this video short, sweet, as simple as I can. So all you're going to do is you're going to copy all of these settings. Every single one of them. This one, you're going to select your graphics card. This one, prefer maximum performance. Shader cache size, 100 gigs, so you don't have stuttering in your game. You're going to say on, allow, high performance, on, and then on. Okay? Off. And then the rest of the things are just virtual reality things. You do not need them, so don't even worry about them. You're going to click apply. Your screen might flash a couple of times. Don't worry. It's literally just applying the settings for you, so your screen might flash a couple of times. Now, don't worry about that. Now, something I just want to mention is, if you are still listening to me in NVIDIA control panel, if this works for you for other games, this settings inside the global, because we're doing global settings. So it's going to change your settings for all your games, not just Modern Warfare, right? So I highly recommend, leave a comment down below. If you go into any other game and your performance is better, come back to this video and be like, yo dude, this actually made, I don't know, some other game run better. Name the game. Leave a comment down below. And for the love of fuck, leave a like on my video. Leave a comment down below if this works. Don't just watch my video and it works and everything goes perfectly fine for you. Your game runs better now and everything. Please just do me one favor. One favor. Click the fucking like button and leave a comment down below. You don't even need to leave a comment. Just leave a like on my video if this actually fucking worked for you. It will mean a lot to me as a YouTube content creator, as a person that tries to support the Call of Duty community, because a lot of people need this, and I know it for a fact. From here, you're going to go to config surround physics, and then this one over here, which says physics quality, is the physics that your machine is currently handling. Now, my GPU is handling my physics for Modern Warfare and all the games I play on my machine. Alright, so config surround and physics, I highly recommend you go ahead and select your GPU inside here. I highly recommend you go ahead and do that. If you have an APU unit, meaning you have no dedicated graphics card, you have a CPU with a built-in graphics card into it, then I would recommend you select your CPU. Or you could go ahead and select auto select, so your machine can automatically detect that you have a dedicated built-in graphics card into your CPU, which is called an APU unit. But for people out there, 90%, 95%, to like almost 100% of the fucking community has a dedicated graphics card, so go and select your dedicated graphics card and say apply if you haven't done this already. You're going to come to adjust desktop color settings and you're going to come inside here. Now your main display, you're going to click on it. If you only have one, you'll only have one display over here. You're going to come over here where it says contrast, have this at 65%. The reason why I say 65% is it makes the game look way better than what it already does. So go ahead and change this to 65%. This plays a very big role on the color customization inside the game that we tweaked in the beginning of the video. So go ahead and come in here, change this to 65. Digital vibrance, you are going to change this to your own personal preference. Mine's 95. You're going to click on image 3 and then pull this down and you can actually see it become black and white. Now you're going to find the sweet spot for your screen. Okay? Because this is not just going to change this for COD. It's going to change it for every single game you are playing, and also your desktop, when you watch movies, videos, playing music, everything you do on your machine, this is going to apply for your machine, not just COD. It's going to apply it for your entire machine. So it's going to stay like this. Okay? So find your sweet spot for your screen and leave it where you want it for your screen. Right? Mine is 95, always be 95, and will probably always be 95. Okay, maybe it will change in the near future when the new Call of Duty gets released. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I highly recommend you play around with this at your own personal preference. If you want, you can copy my settings as is and just say apply. Your screen might flash a couple of times, don't worry about that. It's just applying your Nvidia control panel settings. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this worked for you, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to me to the channel if you're new here, and as always, I hope this helped you for the reloaded version, and as always, peace